I'm I'm Dale Harris of the Voters for Jobs. I'll explain how to get DACA either with a government shutdown or a deal to prevent a government shutdown. First of all, it is Republicans who cut taxes on billionaires and greatly increased military spending to greatly increase the deficit. Also, it is Republicans who created the situation where Congress must constantly approve to increase the debt limit out of the claim that they want to be fiscal conservatives and balance the budget. Cutting taxes on billionaires and a massive increase in government spending proves that Republicans are fiscal liberals. If Republicans believe it is wrong to be a liberal, then Republicans prove that they are fiscal liberals, and that proves that Republicans are wrong. When fiscal liberal Republicans cut taxes on billionaires to create massive budget deficits, they are stealing money from our children and grandchildren. Every parent in America who loves their children and grandchildren need to join the revolution against the economic dictatorship of radical billionaires that is killing our children with lack of health care and stealing money from our children. Loving parents must join with fiscal conservative progressives and demand give our children their money back by taxing billionaires to balance the budget and save the lives of babies and our children with Medicare for all babies and children in America. Fiscal liberal Republicans created the deficit with their policies and made the current rules of needing congressional approval to not shut down the government. So everything is on them. So it is only fair that Democrats play the rules that Republicans created by demanding that DACA be approved in order to keep the government open. I believe we should demand raising taxes on billionaires to balance the budget and give our children their money and lives back. However, some Democrats seem to want to give fiscal liberal Republicans a pass. Trump wants to build the wall in exchange for having DACA. That being the case, here are the following deals that Democrats should offer Trump. First, tax billionaires to pay for the wall and balance the budget to give our children their money back. This, this is the best approach. We should not be like fiscal liberal Republicans who cut taxes on billionaires and put that debt burden on our children and grandchildren to pay for. That is stealing money for our children to give to billionaires. It is not fair for radical billionaires to steal the piggy banks, college money, future income, health care, and lives from our children. While we are at it, taxes on billionaires should also pay for Medicare for all, free college, spending $200 billion a year on infrastructure, ending the crime of not fixing the damage done to Puerto Rico, and rapid conversion to renewable energy. China will be spending $360 billion on the conversion to renewable energy. So why are we letting China win the race for renewable energy? Under Trump, we are losing the race for renewable energy. We need to be winners and win the race for renewable energy by spending $500 billion to quickly convert to renewable energy. Trump said we should be winners, but Trump is a huge loser in the renewable energy race. We need to spend far more than China on green energy to be winners in the green energy race. If Trump wants to be a winner in the race for renewable energy, then he must tax billionaires to balance the budget and finance spending $500 billion on renewable energy. Second proposal would be tax low-wage factory imports to pay for the wall and finance creating millions of construction jobs. This would be the second best choice. It would pay for the wall, also create needed construction jobs, and help get our factory jobs back. We need to have a 25% import tax on all factory products where workers make less than 10 USA dollars an hour. That will include Mexico and China. Trump promised to build the wall and make Mexico pay for it. Taxes on low-wage factory imports from Mexico would keep the promise of making Mexico at least help pay for it. Creating millions of construction jobs would keep a campaign promise. Using tariffs to get our factory jobs back would keep a campaign promise. If Donald Trump wants to keep the support of those who voted for him by proving he keeps his campaign promises, then he will have a 25% import tax on all low-wage factory imports, including China and Mexico, to pay for the wall, create millions of construction jobs, and take back our offshore factory jobs. If Trump does not agree to raise taxes on low-wage factory imports from Mexico and China to pay for the wall, get our factory jobs back, and create millions of construction jobs, then every voter who voted for Trump based upon his promises should demand the immediate impeachment of Trump for lying to the American people. Third proposal, cut excess of military spending to pay for the wall. Fiscal liberal Republicans always want to increase the deficit by increasing military spending. Fiscal conservative progressives would cut military spending to help balance the budget. If we really want to spend more money on the military, then we must raise taxes on billionaires to pay for that spending and balance the budget. How can we get one of these deals accepted? With pressure from the voters. With the right education efforts, we can get both progressives and Trump voters to demand that one of these deals be accepted. The Trump voters of America demand that campaign promises be kept by doing the following. 1. Tax Mexican factory imports at a rate of 25% to make Mexico help pay for the wall, and tax all low-wage factory imports from every nation to fully pay for the wall. This would keep the campaign promise of building the wall and making Mexico at least help pay for it. Tax factory imports where workers make less than 10 USA dollars an hour at a rate of 25% to finance creating millions of construction jobs in America and take back our factory jobs. This keeps the campaign promise of creating millions of construction jobs and also using tariffs to take back millions of factory jobs. Third, raise taxes on billionaires to balance the budget so there is no reason to shut down the government due to a deficit. This would end the hypocrisy of fiscal liberal Republicans claiming to be conservatives while proving they are fiscal liberals by creating a massive deficit with massive tax cuts on billionaires. Every Trump voter should demand that campaign promises and claims be kept. This means taxing Mexico, China, and other low-wage factory imports to pay for the wall and construction spending. This also means raising taxes on billionaires to balance the budget, to be actual fiscal conservatives. All progressives should call members of Congress and demand that in addition to doing the above things, we also fix Puerto Rico, provide Medicare for all, provide free college, provide clean water to Flint and all Americans, and convert to wind, solar, and green energy at a rapid pace. I believe this proposal is the best strategy for resolving the conflict to get DACA and also avert the demand that we kill seniors with cuts to Social Security and Medicare. Warning, never ever cave to the fiscal liberal Republican demand that the wall be paid for with more deficit spending. That would kill seniors in America by allowing cuts to Social Security and Medicare. Every senior citizen in America must join the revolution to save their own lives by demanding that taxes be raised on billionaires to balance the budget so that senior citizens in America will not be killed. Every American who wants to protect the lives of babies, children, and seniors must demand that taxes on billionaires be raised to balance the budget. Thank you.